5 seconds remaining.
Alright, we're back. Welcome everyone. We're in the semifinals. I'm Niz. Welcome to NizCast.
Reserve time.
And that wait was a little bit longer than expected, but that's what happens when we have a 12-minute game to start off the night. We get a little bit ahead of schedule, or I guess we're still in the normal spot that we'd be in the schedule, but we had to wait for everyone to catch up to us. We were ahead. And the schedule was kind of moving at its regular pace. But either way, we've got a game now, so we're here, we're casting it. Like I said, semi-finals, semi-pro cup series. And it's last Sunday of the month. That means $100 on the line to the winner of the finals. We're not there yet. We're in the semi-finals. So the winner of this will go to the finals. We just saw,
Dire team banned.
as we were waiting for the other semi-final to finish, or other quarterfinal to finish, excuse me, to get our challenger for Stratos Gaming. We saw who won the semifinals, so they're going to be sitting in the finals waiting for the winner of this. But yeah, on the Dire side, we've got Qua's Disciples. We've seen them a few times in the brackets for SCS, but haven't got to cast them just yet. So we'll see what Sunken, Yamhatten, and the crew are going to be able to do here. Take a look at Stratos Gaming, which we saw last game, 12-minute win against pretty formidable opponent. And, well, they've opened up with the same heroes that they played last game, so this will be interesting. Speaking of which, let's talk about the bans. We've got Broodmother and Slardar banned out by Qua's Disciples. Alchemist and Doom banned out by Stratos Gaming. Then the picks, the Ember Spirit and the Venomancer once again for Stratos. Tusk and Undying were the pick for Qua's Disciples. Are those the heroes they played last game? No, they were decided with the Broodmother and the Darkseer. So yeah, it was the Tusk and the Undying on the other side. That's what Couchain Tucci was playing. So they're taking the Tusk and the Undying this time around. So it'll be interesting to see what they're going to be able to do with that. Then the next set of bans, Gyro, Dazzle, the bans for the Dire side, and then Queen of Pain and Disruptor, the bans for Stratos. So there we go, we're all caught up. Thornbiz in chat says, thanks for the cast, bro. Thanks for watching, bro. It's, you know, I just love sitting here and casting some Dota. If I'm able to cast this, have fun doing it, have fun watching some amateur Dota, supporting the amateur scene, and there's people out there willing to watch it, then that's just great. But if I get 0 viewers, or if I get 1,000 viewers, I'd still be here doing it. So I'm just glad that people are here watching and enjoying the stream, because like I said, I have fun doing it. So glad that you guys can enjoy it as well. Winter Wyvern's going to be the pick for Stratos. And is that going to be our support duo now? Venomancer or Winter Wyvern? God, those are two annoying heroes to lane against, I'll tell you that much. Looks like we're probably going to have the Ember in the mid lane again, as well, Slayer did a pretty incredible job on the Ember Spirit last game. And we had Frozen playing the Venomancer, and I'm guessing Winter Wyvern's going to get played by Huron Mark. He was playing the Vengeful Spirit last game. BSJ sent me here, says Wanna BX. That's awesome. Shout out to BSJ, by the way. He is on the Radiant side. I mean, you can see BSJ, Banana Slam Jamma. Love him or hate him. I know he's not the most loved person in the Dota community when you take a look at the Dota 2 subreddit, but you know what? I've got nothing against Banana Slam Jamma. But yeah, he did a pretty damn good job last game. He was playing the Slark. We didn't really get to see his potential going later in the game on the carry, because his team kind of took over that game. 12-minute win, you don't really expect the hard carry to do too much. But he is streaming, so or at least I think he is still streaming. I saw him streaming before I went live. So yeah, definitely go check out his stream as well, and you can see the kind of the first-person view of whatever carry Stratos Gaming chooses to pick up here. But Lion's going to be the pick for Qua's Disciples.
10 seconds remaining.
We don't know if it's going to be a core Undying in the offlane or a Tusk. That's really up to team preference. I actually like the Tusk. I think he scales a little bit better than the Undying with items. I think the Undying is going to be able to get his items if you put him on support. He's not going to get it as fast if he's kind of playing that 3 in the offlane position, but he's still going to be in the offlane. It's just a matter of who you give the farm to. But I think the Tusk is a little bit better at snowballing, excuse the pun, than the Undying is. But we'll see who they choose to put the farm on. But I do expect to see both those heroes in the off lane together. The Lion probably babysitting in the safe lane, whichever carry they choose to pick up. I guess they could potentially go with an aggro tri-lane, but I mean, you're already going up against a Venomancer and a Winter Wyvern. I don't know if I like going aggro into that, so I expect just a 2-1-2 setup for Chilanqua's Disciples. Stratos Gaming picking up a Shadow Fiend, so
10 seconds
we're probably going to see a safe lane Shadow Fiend, but they could elect to rotate the Ember there. And I think a lot of that will depend on whatever they see coming out from Chilanqua's Disciples in terms of the mid lane. And of course there's matchups with Shadow Fiend they'd like to have in that spot, and there's matchups they'd like to have the Ember Spirit in that spot. And it's worth noting, this is Radiant side Shadow Fiend as well, so if you put that Shadow Fiend in the mid lane, he's got easy access to camps, which Chilanqua's Disciples will have to somehow try and stop the stacks, whether they get in there, drop a sentry ward, or whatever, to block the stacking. But we don't even know if that Shadow Fiend's mid, so no point speculating on that. We're going to see another Riki. What is going on? 2 Rikis in 2 games? Alright, I can dig it. We didn't see the Riki do too much, but we didn't see any hero in our last game for our Radiant side heroes, the Frenchies. We didn't see anyone on their side really be able to do too much. But we're going to see if the Riki's going to be able to do anything this time around. But interesting pick that they go after the Riki. Once again, Riki is strong against the Ember Spirit. He's not able to jump back to his Remnant. It's also pretty good at killing off the Venomancer before he's able to get his Nova off. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how they get it to work. I guess it's pretty good against killing Winter Wyvern as well.
Dire team ban.
I actually don't know this interaction. Can you purge Cold Embrace with Diffusal? I imagine you can. I really wish it would tell you somewhere.
10 seconds remaining.
Normally I just go check the wiki, but of course we're casting here. We can't do that.
5 seconds
We have
remaining.
to somewhat appear to be professional here.
Reserve time.
Yeah, I imagine you can. I'm not 100% sure on that interaction, but that will be interesting. Either way, it should be an easy pick off for Riki. He's able to get on that Winter Wyvern. Final bans, Wind Ranger. That is not a hero. Wind Ranger is going to be the ban for Stratos Gaming, a hero that we see picked quite a bit to go up against Shadow Fiend in the mid lane, and Earthshaker, the ban for Chilanqua's Disciples. So they are not at all convinced that Veno is a support. They're going to... Well...
10 seconds remaining.
I don't want to say that. I don't want to say that they're thinking maybe their Earthshakers can get picked up as the offlaner. Maybe the Venomancer is playing a core position. They were going to pick up the Earthshaker. What they were banning is the long range initiate. The Fissure is fantastic for Stratos Gaming in terms of the early game, being able to set up some of their heroes to be able to get into position. And of course, going later into the game, being able to blink in and echo is the initiation that they need. It allows the Venomancer to then get a better ult as, well, Earthshaker's going to jump in, start the fight, initiate the fight, and everyone's going to get involved in the fight, and then the Venomancer is going to be able to better position himself while kind of the chaos ensues. Winter Wyvern's going to be able to get a good Winter's Curse off. The Earthshaker actually does a lot there. If you kind of completely forget about the lanes and think about, okay, what is a typical 3 position that we need? Earthshaker, was he one? Doesn't really matter. It's what it provides to the team. Spiritbreaker actually going to provide something very similar. Not as good as the Earthshaker, but it is going to provide something similar. It's going to give you that early game initiate. Going on a little bit later into the game, he's still going to be jumping in. He's still probably going to be the focus target as he goes in, and all of a sudden people are going to start attacking the Spiritbreaker, but that creates the opportunities for the heroes like the Venomancer, the Winter Wyvern, and of course your other 2 cores, the Ember Spirit and the Shadow Fiend, to really start doing everything that, well, they're fully capable of. But if the Spiritbreaker is the one starting everything, that also opens up an opportunity for Magnus to jump in, get a good RP off. So good pick coming out from Chilanqua's Disciples as they've got, well, a little bit of a different draft.
10 seconds remaining.
I couldn't say going into this draft that we were going to see
5 seconds remaining.
a lineup like this. They don't really have a traditional hard carry. Magnus. I don't know if it's fair to call him a traditional mid right now in the current meta. So it'll be interesting to see what they're going to be able to do here. And like I said, competitive game. It's not competitive unless we get a pause off the start. So once we get that pause out of the way, we'll be ready to go introduce the teams and the players. And we'll get our semifinal started. As a reminder, guys, this is, like I said, the semifinals for the Semi-Pro Cup Series. And, well, if you don't know about it, head on over to semiprodota.com. Every Sunday we do this. Best of ones the entire way through the tournament. And it's completely open. If you want to play, sign up. Get 4 friends together, and you can play. Simple as that. You just play best of ones. Once you lose, you're out. Have a go at it next week, and it's just a lot of fun. It's great for new teams to get some good practice in against some decent opponents. And like I was saying before we actually got in this, as we were waiting for our other game to finish, Payne is the admin for SCS right now, and he's been doing an incredible job. And nothing against any of our previous admins, but SCS in the past has I guess had a little bit of a checkered history in terms of getting the games going, getting the tournaments going. The tournaments always seem to run really late as people were waiting for other games to finish. But Payne's been doing a really good job of making sure that the games start, and as soon as they finish, the next one's going. And he's always there hosting the lobbies, making sure they're ticketed. So if you have the ticket, and if you're playing this and you get into a game that is going to be ticketed, then you get the ticket for yourself so you can watch all the other games going forward. But yeah, so make sure that all the games are ticketed and everything. So hats off to Payne, as like I said, he's been doing an incredible job as admin. But we are still paused, as I believe we're waiting on low card. I can't see. Sorry, restroom, Bara. Yep. I tell you, low card. I called him out at the end of last game. I actually don't know low card, so I probably shouldn't be firing shots. But he did die once on Undying, the only hero on his team to die, so I called him a feeder. But yeah, we're still gonna wait here. But I guess I'll read out the shout out in chat. Shout out to Chilanqua, as that's actually. Oh. Never mind. Completely ignore what I was about to say. I was going to sound like a goof, but that's nothing new for the stream. TP all the way up to the top from Frozen. As he'll be our first player that we'll introduce as we're ready to get this game underway. On the Radiant side, we've got Stratos Gaming. We saw them make quick work of their opponents in the quarterfinals. And they're going to look and see if they can do that again in the semifinals and give themselves an easy trip to the finals. But of course, our dire side heroes will try to change up that plan. Like I said, we got Frozen playing the Venomancer, then we got Huron Mark playing the Winter Wyvern. Slayer is actually going to be playing the Shadow Fiend this time around, so I'm not going to be playing the Ember Spirit. Ember Spirit's going to be played by BSJ, Banana Slam Jamma. Like I said, he's streaming. Go check out his stream for a first-person view of all this stuff. And Lokarn going to be playing the Spirit Breaker.
30 seconds to battle.
As for our dire side heroes, it's the Chilanqua's Disciples. We've got Ricky getting played by Amascus. Yam Hatton is going to be playing the Tusk. Tomato is going to be playing the Magnus. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. Sunken is going to be playing the Undying. I think he was the first player, or at least the first player in Dota that I saw using that obnoxious font. So if you hate that font, blame it on Sunken. That's how I know Sunken, because of that font. Like, that's how his name stood out to me. so long ago, but yeah, Sunken's going to be playing the Undying, and GST is going to be playing the Lion. We are ready to go, as we've got Yam Hatton and GST sitting up here on the high ground. They spot out Lokarn. They said hi. They actually walked down the ramp just for a second. showed the Space Cow where they were.
Radiant structures.
We got a charge already coming up from low card, so you can be charging to the bottom lane, not onto the hero. Just to get down there, as there was no one on the Radiant side down there, and he's actually put himself in a little bit of a precarious situation. Snowball comes through, Tombstone gets dropped, Earthspike comes down as well as Lowcard. Oh, no body blocks coming out from Manhattan. Somehow I missed First Blood, but I thought this was for sure going to be First Blood, but it's not. As Lowcard goes down. And what the heck happened in the other lanes? As Frozen gets First Blood on a Mascus, so the Veno gets the kill on the Riki, and then we lose the Ember Spirit. So there was some diving going on in the top. And it didn't work out for, well, I guess it was a 1-for-1 trade. Sorry about that, guys, as I was definitely looking like a kill on the bottom. The tunnel vision coming out for me. We'll quickly look at our lanes here. It looks like we got Ember Spirit going up against Riki, and I think the Venomancer is going to stay up here. I thought maybe he was going to rotate away there for a second, but it looks like he's going to be sitting up here. So it is going to be a 2-1-2 setup for Stratos Gaming, as it's the Ember Veno going up against the Riki in the top lane. Mid lane is going to be that Radiant side Shadow Fiend going up against the Magnus. Bottom lane is going to be the Spirit Breaker, and all the way up here, the Winter Wyvern going up against this tri-lane coming out from Qilonghua's Disciples. Sunken drops another Tombstone, just forcing Winter Wyvern back, and this isn't really to get a kill. Obviously it is going to be some good harass. He's not going to get a kill. He's going to get a lot of damage in on those Winter Wyvern, but he'll be forced to... he's not going to fly? Oh no, he might just die here. Oh, he's going to fly up over here. Okay. Jeez. But I was going to say that the focus on that Tombstone was actually just to secure the 4-minute rune, which they did. They allowed their Magnus to get down there once his bottle arrived to be able to get that rune and refresh his bottle. But I don't think he expected to get anywhere near as much damage in on the Winter Wyvern as he did. He'll definitely accept it. But that's actually given the Lion a little bit of space in the bottom to get a couple last hits. A little bit of solo XP as well. Sunken just sitting on this mid lane, starting to put pressure on this SF. We're certainly not going to give Slayer any space to start this game off, as they're going to come out from behind with the Tombstone. They've got the Magnus Illusion tanking the first couple tower hits. And here comes Lowcarn with the charge in on Sunken. We'll stun him up, and this Undying, he's going to get punished for that play. Good rotations coming out from Stratos Gaming. We saw some really solid rotations last game, and it looks like we're going to see them picking up right where they left off last game. And BSJ, he's caught out the Riki here. Now he's caught in a cloud, but this Riki has been dusted. Unfortunately, oh, he will be able to catch up. I was going to say, does he have a move speed advantage? Didn't look like he did when he was in the cloud, but as soon as he stepped out of that, he definitely did, because he's got boots, and the Riki didn't have them on him. They were sitting in his stash. He's put them on his hero now, but yeah, he didn't have boots, so there was a move speed advantage there for the Ember, and Banana Slam Jamma picks up his first kill of the game. He's 1-1 right now after dying to the tower. 1-1-1. Sunken and Riki. Damascus are going to be up here in the top lane as we hit our first night of the game. Both runes were picked up. How did I miss both those? Invis was a 4-minute rune, and Lowcard picks that up. And here we go. Initiation coming out as the Searing Chains were used. And Bolus, excuse me. But they'll be able to back away as I miss another kill. There's just too much stuff going on the map. Banana Slam Jamma will get snowballed as Manhattan's going to get the kill onto him. They're going to look for another onto Frozen.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
He's gaming once again. I am sorry, guys. Oh, I tried so hard to hold that one back. Not sure if I got the mute in time.
Is under attack.
But this has been a disaster. I'm sorry. But how are things going so far? Well, the name of the game so far has been the Shadow Fiend. Yes, we've had a couple kills getting traded. BSJ not off to the greatest start ever. But this SF, Slayer, we saw him make quick work of the opposition last game, and now this time he's off to a pretty damn good start. 2 kills already under his belt, 34 and 2 CS. That's 12 CS already ahead of anyone else in the game. We're just 5.5 minutes into this one. Well, we've got a big rotation coming out from the Dire side. They're going to have 4 heroes mid in just a second to maybe stop this Shadow Fiend, but Lokarn's here as well. No, they're just going to rotate down, and once again, another support finding solo farm on the map with all these rotations. Well, we're going to have a battle here for the 6-minute rune. Lokarn wants it, but he knows it's not safe. But he's going to go for it anyways. He's going to get the illusion rune. GST forced to use the Earth Spike there so he doesn't lose too much damage. BSJ has decided to go on Sunken here in the top, who has already dropped the tombstone. Sunken is going to go down. I was going to say Lokarn gets the kill there, but no, it's BSJ. They won't be able to get a kill on here on the Ricky, but oh, nice. Venomancer block with the board. They might. As Cloud's going to get forced out, he drops down to 165 HP. But then the team comes. They save him.
Under attack.
As we take a quick look at our mag. It's in that 1,000 gold right now, so he could pick up his arcanes, but I have a feeling he's not going to pick them up. Going to just save right for that blink dagger.
Dire's structures are fortified.
Yeah, not picking up the arcanes just yet.
Dire's middle tower is under attack. Dire's middle
Slayer
tower
dropping
has
that tier 1 tower. Sunken trying to get the kill on him, but nice TP there coming out from Slayer. TPing out, knowing that the Undying not going to be able to bring him down. He safely TPs away. A Slayer once again snowballing out of control. We got Lokarn charging. Where is he charging? To the bottom onto Yamhattan. Yes, he's just farming, but he'll back away. He also has this Observer Ward. Great Observer Ward to obviously block these 2 camps. Actually, it's not really the magic books, so it actually just blocks this one, doesn't block the other one. But it does spot those Spirit Breaker rotations early on in the game, as it just expires now. But spotting where those charges are going is so important. And well, we can't talk about that, as we've got initiation at the top. Snowball rolls forward. Will they be able to drop the Ricky? They will. He goes down, but BSJ and Frozen, maybe they've gone too far. BSJ jumps out, jumps back in with the Remnant, gets another kill as he drops Yamhattan. He also drops GST. I thought Frozen maybe was going to get picked off by this Magnus, but no, Tomato has to back away. As Lokarn comes charging on in, the Mag's going to get stunned up. He's got no mana. Maybe he should have bought those arcanes. See, he's sitting at 1,500 gold. He's going to drop down to 1,300. Loses 200 gold with that pick off, setting him back a little bit further from that Blink Dagger. As Stratos Gaming continue their great rotations. And Lokarn not letting up. As he's going to charge onto Sunken here. Will he be able to force out the Tombstone? Nope, just a decay. Sunken, I don't think he feels too threatened by just a Spirit Breaker. He had a lot of vision of any heroes that were going to be kind of down here. The creeps were here, so he knew that there wasn't any real help coming in to help out Lokarn there. We're going to see another tower go down as Slayer actually doesn't get the last hit on that one, but Lokarn comes charging on in. They're going to punish these Dire side heroes for trying to defend their tier 1 towers. They drop GST the line so quickly. They almost get another kill onto Yamhattan. Yamato comes in, RP still on cooldown.
Quick sprint. Mega kill.
As oh, there was fighting going on in the top lane as the Ricky managed to drop the Venomancer, but BSJ
top tower
there to finish him off with the Ember Spirit. And you know, he wasn't having the greatest start, but that's quickly turned around. BSJ sitting at 6-2-2 on this Ember Spirit, as once again Stratos Gaming, their early game is looking pretty damn solid. These rotations are just too good. Too good.
Quick sprint.
Still haven't seen this Ricky do too much here. He's
He's
kind of been a liability so far. Not that Damascus has been playing too terribly, but this is one of the weaknesses of this hero. You know, you just start putting pressure on it early on. And it's like, okay, yes, he can go invis, but beyond that, what can he do? He can drop a cloud and run away. If you're running away from him, yeah, he's doing a lot of damage with backstab. But you've got to be able to get your opponents in a position where they have to run away, so that the Ricky can start doing a ton of damage with the backstab bonus. Of course, once he hits 6, it changes a little bit because you get Blink Strike. Certainly, once you get a couple charges, then he becomes a lot stronger. But
Dire's
You
top
kind
tower
of got to
is
get him
under
to that
attack.
position, and prior to that level 6, he's so weak. Doesn't really provide too much team fight for you. And we're seeing Stratos Gaming just taking advantage of that Ricky's weakness and punishing them for it.
Dire's
As
top
they're going to
tower
drop
has
another tier 1
fallen.
tower. That's all the tier 1 towers down for them.
Radiant's bottom
A
tower
lot of
is
gold
under
in their
attack.
pocket. They haven't lost a single one. And I think 1100 is the lowest. Yeah. They've got a lot of HP up on their towers right now, so looking pretty good so far. Action in the bottom is Manhattan and Sunken. They try to go on Slayer, but guess they didn't see in the bottle. He had Invis activated, so
Dire's top
or he had an
tower
Invis
is
rune
under
sitting in the
attack.
bottle, so he activates that and just kind of stealths away. Rotation coming in here from Chilanqua's disciples. Is they're just gonna, they're not even gonna be able to get a kill there. They don't really have the initiation to be
Dire's
able to
top
open up
tower
on that
is under
Spirit Breaker.
attack.
Yeah, they could start with a tough snowball, but that Spirit Breaker could easily just charge away and the snowball's not even gonna land. In fact, Locard,
Endurance
he's not
round.
scared of a Tusk. He's just gonna charge forward, even though he didn't really have too much support. He had Frozen kind of close, but BSG I guess could have come running down.
Dire's top tower is under
Either way,
attack.
they're going to continue to put pressure on these towers. This is exactly what they were starting to do last game, and certainly what they should have been doing last game. And their opponents recognized the fact that, well, Stratos Gaming was just kind of snowballing out of control, and with all the tower gold that they were soon to get, it was just going to be too steep of a mountain to climb. Chilanqua's disciples are in a slightly better position than what we saw last game, but they're certainly on the back foot right now. So we're going to switch on over to our
Dire's
net worth
bottom
and see
tower
just how
is
it all
under
shakes
attack.
down. Slayer, once again, way out in front. 7,600 net worth. Then number 2, Banana Slam Jamma. 5.9k on this Ember Spirit. Then we've got the Mag. Tomato. He's sitting at 3.9. He's got his Blink Dagger. No Arcanes just yet. He's actually going to blink forward just to throw out a Shockwave, as they're not really looking for a big RP. I mean, they'd love it if they could get a big RP, but they're not going to try to force anything just yet. Then third is, well, our position 3, Spirit Breaker. Lokarn, 3,600. Actually, 300 net worth above the safe lane Ricky. Ricky, not a hero who needs a ton of farm to be effective, but certainly when he starts 1-4-1, it's makes it a lot harder for him to really bring out the strengths of that hero. Well, they swatted Tomato. Now they're going to start charging in. The value of having some of these deep wards in the Dire jungle, and there we go. Magnus dead.
Quick sprint.
Banana Slam Jam actually getting the kill there as he jumps in with the Sleight of Fist. We've got more action here as I heard the snowball rolling forward. Huron Mar just drops himself in the cold embrace, and there comes the team as they drop the Tusk and the Undying, and soon the Ricky, as he's going to be going down. Lion throws out the Finger Bang. He will drop the Winter Wyvern, so it's a kill for Chilanqua's disciples, but it will cost them that Ricky, which we knew was going to fall. GST, we knew was going to be going down shortly after, but they did get a kill, so props to them. And it's 180 gold in their pocket there. But obviously the 1,300 gold that went the way of Stratos Gaming was the definite advantage there. As they actually did say,
Dire's middle tower is
good
under
game,
attack.
well played coming out from Tomato, but not actually dropping the GG in chat. They haven't thrown in the towel just yet. But Stratos Gaming in a prime position to take this, as they're going to take their
Dire's
first
middle
tier 2 tower of the
has
game.
fallen.
Yeah, and now rightfully so, move back away, play it safe. 12,000 gold lead for Stratos Game. I'll actually leave that up a little bit longer so you guys can see, but ever since the start of the game, it's been Stratos Gaming, and it's not slowing down. It's Stratos Gaming the entire way. XP is pretty much the same. We're sitting at about 10k XP lead. Lokarn sitting in the bottom, doing a little bit of farming. He has been pinged out by the Dire side, as they're going to start making a rotation down there, hoping to pick off the Spirit Breaker. He doesn't actually have any teammates close to him. Slayer's the closest at the Radiant side hard camp. But Lokarn knows what's up. He's going to back away safely. And with these tier 1 towers up, his teammates could just TP and get to him very, very quickly. Damascus will be able to scout him out here. He does see him there for a second, I think. It was close because of the nighttime, but I'm pretty sure those two heroes, or at least the Ricky side.
Is under attack.
Spiritbreaker, of course, can't see him because he's invis. Second tier 2 towers going down as there's no way Chilanqua's disciples are going to be looking for a fight here. If they can take a trade, even if it's a tier 1 for a tier 2, they'll take it. They need a little bit of gold under their belt. And if they're going to take a fight, they want to do it in the high ground. Which they may have to because Stratos Gaming, they're not slowing down. They're going here. Lokarn charging on in, and that was mainly just to cancel kind of TPs as Chilanqua's disciples trying to TP back. They did get 3 TPs off to get back, and 2 heroes left here. Yamhattan does have a TP waiting, so he could go back if needed. GST doesn't have one on him. But it looks like those heroes in the top lane have backed off, and Lokarn's actually going to get punished for the play he tried to make. The $1 million Charge to Darkness, I guess.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
But he'll go down. He'll get punished for it. And how much damage do they get on this top tier 3? 1,000 HP left on it, so 600 damage, starting to soften it up a little bit. But yeah, I was going to say, Roshan's going to be kind of next on their list of things to do. And that's already getting pinged out by Damascus of Chilanqua's disciples, as they recognize the fact that Stratos Gaming are going to be going for Roche pretty soon. But they got their Observer Ward up, they got their Sentry, they're preparing for it, but Chilanqua's disciples, they said, well, maybe our opponents are in there. Let's smoke and go in. Unfortunately, they don't smoke the Ricky. He's invis. They don't have to worry about it, but they do because there is a Sentry Ward. And actually, didn't even spot the Ricky, but the pings came out. So none of the sentries actually spot the Ricky, but they know what's up. Part of that is because there's no defending of the top lane, but I don't have time to talk about that as we're going to have her engage here. Snowball's going to come out. They're going to go on Frozen as their first target. Fingerbang's going to come out as well, but Yamhattan just gets blown up after that Snowball initiation. Now Damascus, GST, and Sunken are all trying to run, but they're just going to be going to their death. It looks like Sunken will be able to maybe get away. Never mind. Charge of Darkness is there from Lokarn. BSJ jumps forward with the Remnant as 4 heroes all go down. Where the heck was Tomato? He's in the back line here. RP not used. I don't know what happened to him, but he was not involved in that fight, or at least not that I saw. Roche will get claimed by Stratos Gaming, and that's an Aegis on Slayer. This absolutely gigantic Shadow Fiend. BSJ just hops back, refreshes his bottle, get a little bit I was going to say hopping back to refresh his bottle and getting a little bit of regen there so that he's able to fight for this tier 2. Just hops back to his Remnant, but he actually went top to push up there to get the split push going forward. Lokarn thinking about charging there, but realizing maybe this is a little too forced as they back away. Damascus jumps forward, Cloud, Sunken drops the Tombstone, but there was no real engage there, and Stratos Gaming just able to back away. Now there is a potential opening here where there isn't going to be a Tombstone. But Stratos Gaming, they don't really have to try to play into those slight, very, very slight advantages there in terms of team fights, because they're quite a bit ahead right now. So they'll take the fight when they damn well please. Now I'm gonna come in, do a little counter wording here. This thing's looking pretty good for Stratos so far. They're looking to get that berth into the finals. As like I said, I was checking out Banana Slam Jamma's stream right before I went live because I saw that he was casting some SCS, and it was awesome that I was able to start casting some of his games here. But he was saying that he needs the pizza money. $100, like I said earlier, on the line. $100 goes to the winner of SCS, only for the last Sunday of every month. So not every SCS has a prize pool, but the last Sunday of every month does. And of course, we're in the last Sunday of the month. So pizza money on the line. As Chilanqua's disciples, well, it's definitely an uphill battle for them as they're not in a good spot. We're well past 15k gold lead, almost 20k gold lead for Stratos Gaming. XP's getting close to that 20k mark as well. All the top 3 of the net worth all belong to Stratos Gaming, SF, Ember Spirit, Spirit Breaker. Let's actually bring up our item chart here to see who's got what. We've got half of an Agnum Scepter for this support Venomancer. That's going to be scary. We've already got a Blink Dagger up on the Winter Wyvern. Slayer on the Shadow Fiend is looking damn scary. He's a tanky Shadow Fiend. And he's got an Aegis to back him up there. And I didn't even see BSJ jumping in there, but he just got blown up, I guess. They didn't even use fingers, so I don't know how that happened, but he just gave away a godlike streak. That's a lot of gold for a Lion. He will certainly take it. 1,300 gold almost goes to the Lion as Lokarn starts charging on that Lion, wants a little bit of that gold back. Lokarn pops the BKB and Lion, GST just sitting there completely helpless. And now we already used the punch, so Lokarn recognizing they can't interrupt me when I've got my BKB going. I mean, they can, but they have to use RP to do so. So he just TPs away, and he's back to safety. So nice pick off there coming out from Lokarn. Not really going to get him too much gold. But Slayer now is going to be the target, but remember he's got that Aegis, and like I said, he's so tanky on the Shadow Fiend at this point in the game. They will be able to drop him, but I think they've used too much. Nice Winter's Curse coming out from here on, as Slayer will respawn, and now Tomato is going to be the next target. He'll go down. Sleight of Fist coming out from BSJ, finishing him off. Mascus runs away. GST just respawned, and he'll just go and defend the mid lane. But here we go. I think we're going to see our first uphill push of the game, or at least uphill push that's probably going to be successful, as I don't see this tier 3 tower lasting against these this 5-hero onslaught with just a Ricky and Lion left to defend. We do have a couple respawns coming out. The Tusk and the Undying have just respawned, but it's another 10 seconds until we're going to have the Magnus. And that tier 3 tower is already gone. Will they stick around for the racks? I think they should. They've got such a huge advantage. Certainly with a pick off here, if they're able to drop Sunken, which they will be able to, but we will be able to get the Tombstone off. Finger of Death coming out, dropping Frozen low. And he almost drops to the Ice Shards, but nice Cold Embrace, huge RP. That's exactly what Chilanqua's disciples needed, but it's not going to be enough. Slayer lets the Requiem fly. BSJ had the Sleight of Fist, so with the 2 heroes doing so much damage in that tight AoE, Slayer, once that Requiem went off, gets a triple. And Yamhattan, he comes back, and, well, he just dies immediately. As Stratos Gaming, 29-9 lead so far in this game. They've already dropped the first set of racks. They get another kill, 30-9. GG's will come out as we're going to see Stratos Gaming advance to the finals. Will they go up against, what is the name? I can't remember. Alright, they're going to be going up against Goons in the finals, so they're already waiting, so we should have our next game, and it might be, I mean, it's already been a pretty quick night of SCS for us, but we do have one more game going. Not saying it's going to be a quick one, just saying that our previous 2 have been quick. So we could very well have a close game, but so far Stratos Gaming says you're gonna have to put on a show if you want to not just get run over by us. It's 12 minutes in their first game, just shy of 24 minutes for their second game. Does that mean our next game is going to be 36 minutes? I don't know. I guess we'll have to wait and see. But we will have our grand finals coming up in just a few minutes. Once again, guys, I'm Niz. Thanks for watching over here at twitch.tv/NizCast. We are casting SCS, the Semi-Pro Cup Series. And like I said, we got our grand finals in just a minute. $100 goes to the winner of that. It's going to be a best of 1. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back in just a minute.